What's going on, my friends? After spending over $250,000 on Facebook advertising and managing over $500,000 on behalf of clients, I wanted to share with you my most powerful tips for increasing your profitability using Facebook advertising today. There are two camps of advertisers. The ones that have actually tried Facebook advertising and haven't noticed anything and been severely disappointed by their results. And then you have this other camp of advertisers and business owners that have tried Facebook ads and have gotten mediocre results. I'm going to give you some tips and strategies that will help you skyrocket your profitability so you'll be able to impact and serve more people and obviously multiply your business revenue because of it. So one of the things that I want to start off with is the most common mistake so many people make when it comes to Facebook advertising, and that is they drive the traffic to their homepage of their website and or a page that is a sales page. Why is this a big mistake? Well, quite simply, people that are on social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, they're not looking to buy anything. They're not looking to visit a new dentist. They're not looking to buy a manual on how to train a German Shepherd. They're not looking for that. It's not like search traffic like Google is. If somebody's typing in chiropractors in Los Angeles, on Google, they're looking for a chiropractor in Los Angeles. That's not how Facebook advertising works. So it's important to understand that even if you have, you're driving traffic to a sales page, I don't care if it's $1, $7 low barrier offer, you're not going to get that many people to buy just because it's not targeted and that particular person is not looking to buy anything. They're looking to socialize on Facebook or Pinterest or Twitter with their friends. So it's understanding the psychology of why the user is on that network. Now, what you should be doing is you should be building your email list. You should be offering what's called an ethical bribe to grab a name and email address in exchange for valuable information. So if you're a dentist in Los Angeles, you might actually have a free report that says 5 questions you must ask before choosing a dentist in Los Angeles. Very simple consumer guide. You could do a free video training series, but something to really create value that your prospective buyer wants and needs. So you're offering really results in advance. That's what works the best on Facebook advertising. Getting them into your funnel first, and then you can offer something on the back end, or even on the thank you page, you could have a low barrier offer. But by that time, we already have their name and email address. They're in our funnel. We can continue to market to them for days, months, and even years to come. Now, the next valuable tip that I wanted to share with you right now is about daily budget on Facebook. The reality is, you don't need a massive daily budget to test whether an ad is working or whether it's not. Start off at $10 per day using the social network, and that's more than enough to figure out if you're going to convert in the appropriate measures. And what I mean specifically is this. If you're running a Facebook ad right now on the social network, I want to make sure that you understand you can get below 15 cents per click. Our best ads are getting 6 cents per click on the social network. Even if you're under 30 cents, that's still very, very doable, and I would keep that, but you probably can get much, much greater results. Now, in terms of conversion, what I mean by conversion is how, if you send 100 people to the landing page, at least 10 of those, 10% should give you their name and emails. If you're not getting those numbers, under 30 cents per click, 15 cents or what have you, and if you're not getting at least a 10% opt-in rate, 20 cents or 20% and 30% are some of what we're averaging on our end, sometimes much, much higher. If you're not getting those, you're doing something very, very wrong, and obviously you need more assistance and more guidance. Don't get emotional about these ads. If they're not performing for you, that's fine. You only need 1 or 2 days to test with that budget. Some markets we can even test with $5 per day, and we'll know automatically if it's a winning ad. So if it's a winning ad, it's going to be below 30 cents per click, and our landing page is going to convert at least 10% of those subscribers. Now, something to also consider is the fact of the ad itself, right? In your ad, you have a title, you've got your image, and you have your description. Real quick, your title needs to isolate the exact target audience. So if you're targeting German Shepherd owners, you might have German Shepherd owner ? In the title. If you're targeting dentists, you might have "Are you a dentist?" ? In the title. You're targeting your specific buyer. Now, in the image, you have to really understand that results in over 60% of the reason why somebody clicks the ad. It's very powerful. So in your image, it should be curiosity evoking. Sometimes cartoons work well. Sometimes red borders around the images work well to grab attention. But you're really going to have to test the image on your own end to see which one is performing better. don't get emotionally attached to these ads. We don't need a lot of money to test, but we know that, hey, if we're not getting under 30 cents per click, and if we're not getting over a 10% opt-in percentage or conversion, something's wrong. We switch it up, switch the image up, and or the title or the description. One minor thing to test, and we're good to go. We can see how that ad performs. The third thing, as I mentioned before, is the description box. And normally, in the description of the Facebook ad, we talk about the benefit to this particular user or prospective buyer, right? What's in it for me? Why should they actually get your information and put their name and email in? But the ad is going to compel them, so you've got a title that calls out your audience. You've got your image that could potentially be a curiosity-evoking image, a beautiful woman, or a cartoon, or anything to really tie in associations with your industry. For example, if you're a dentist, you might have an image of dentures or teeth or braces, because that's who you're targeting, and that's what that audience is already going to know instinctively. And in your description box, just to review, you're going to have some type of associated benefit for that prospective buyer or prospective client that tells them, hey, what's in it for me if I click on this ad? Very key components of a successful Facebook ad. Alright, so moving on to the next tip. You have to realize, depending on how large your market is on Facebook, your ad might have a shorter than normal shelf life. So let's say you post an ad and you're getting 20 cents per click, which is fantastic to start, and you notice that over a couple weeks, that starts to increase actually. So maybe you have 25 cents or 30 or 60 cents per click on that same ad. That's going to tell you that the ad shelf life is getting a little stale and that you need to refresh the ad, meaning that you might change the title around just slightly, and or you might also alter the image. And you can send people to the same landing page, but make sure that you do refresh the ad. That's another reason and a mistake that people make, because you don't want to pay a higher cost per click than what you should pay if you don't refresh the ad regularly. Usually I find in markets of 100,000 people or less, I have to refresh that ad more frequently, usually within a couple weeks. But if you're dealing with a market like millions upon millions of people, then that ad is probably going to go for a long time. I've got a Facebook ad right now that we've garnered about 28,000 clicks to this particular ad, spent just a little bit shy of $2,000, but this ad has over a couple million in the marketplace, and I've had the same ad running for the last 6 months. So that gives you an idea in terms of the market, what you need to do to alter your budget and or to maintain that effective ad. Alright, moving on. So the next tip that you want to consider is your targeting in terms of how specific you're going, right? Now, I like to target general if it's a local market first, and then get more specific, because in a local market, if you're targeting very, very specific based on age, based on interests, Facebook is going to jack up the cost per click for you. So if you are targeting a local market, go general. Just go between the ages of, let's say, 25 and 60, or whatever your target market is, and then you can go ahead and create the perfect ad. Start there. If you go by zip code, you're going to pay an increased premium. Start with your city, and then maybe 10 miles around your city, but that's what we found in local markets. Now, if you're in a national market, you can get very, very specific into the interests that they have, if they're members of certain fan pages, and or if they're buyers in a market, and you can still maintain a relatively low cost per click. So mess around with it. Obviously, if you have any questions at any time, you can go ahead and post on this video. You can go ahead and subscribe to our email list at MatthewLuke.com. We offer a free blogging success blueprint. And what I do, if you scroll down, you're going to see a Facebook category where I'll post new trainings on how to help you grow your business using Facebook. So hope you found a lot of value out of this particular training. Again, use these strategies in terms of Facebook advertising to multiply your revenue. You'll be able to test better, get more traffic at a lower cost per click, and of course at a higher, what's called click-through rate. Usually click-through rates, CTRs, should be above 2.0 if you have a very, very stellar ad. The higher your click-through rate, the lower your cost per click is going to be. And with what I shared with you right now today, that's going to get you going strong and improve your results and profitability using Facebook advertising. I've got a separate program that's available for companies and entrepreneurs. It's application-based, where we actually work one-on-one, and I help you fast-track your results. It doesn't matter if you have a couple $1,000 per month budget, all the way up to $20,000 per month for Facebook advertising. We've helped companies, corporations, as well as small business owners get incredible return on investments. In fact, our average return on investment using Facebook ad is 11 to 1. Now, sometimes it's been much greater, up to 38 to 1, but right now, because the cost per click is so low, Facebook, there's huge opportunity, not to mention with Twitter and Pinterest. You have a massive opportunity to overcome critical mass in your market, to get a lot of email subscribers, build a massive tribe, get people to know, like, and trust you, and again, increase the amount of money that you make from social media. This is Matthew Loop. If you like this video, please click the like button and tell me. I'd love your feedback below, so any comments and questions and or extra added value tips that you feel might be beneficial to somebody watching this video. Maybe I missed something. Again, there's a lot more that I typically go over in one of my coaching programs, but I wanted to make sure that you got the nuts and bolts of how to create a successful ad and, of course, decrease your cost per click so you can reach and serve more people while increasing your profits. Again, this is Matthew Loop. Hopefully you're enjoying the beautiful scenery behind me. This is Grace Bay in Turks and Caicos. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.